Hi,
you
nice
doing?
to meet you.
How are you? And what's your name?
Sandy. So,
Sandy.
do you want to be called Mr. Ross? Or
You can call Mr. Roth, you can call me Irving.
okay, is
or
Irving
Irv.
okay?
Irving's fine.
Okay. So, Irving, can you tell me about your childhood?
My childhood was pretty much like most childhoods. I lived in a house with my parents and grandparents, three generations. I lived in a small city, about 7,000 people. There were primarily Catholics, but I would say about almost a third of the population was Jewish.
Oh,
But the Jewish community and the Christian community got along fine, by and large. I had Christian friends, I had Jewish friends.
So, how did life change for you when the Nazis came to power?
One day in the summer of 1939, one day I get up in the morning in the summer, so what do? I meet my friends in the park, we play, in the afternoon we go to the beach, right? And I get to the park and there's a sign. A new sign says, Jews and dogs are forbidden to enter. Wait a minute. I'm a Jewish kid. I played in this park. What is this? That afternoon, I decided I'm going to go to the beach. I can't go in. Why? Because I'm a Jew. And so the first steps that I remember had to do with restrictions for no reason at all. It was a beginning of the separation. And that's really how it began.
Did it upset you how segregated you were?
Well, sure it upset me.
You obey it though.
You obey it because if you don't obey, of course, they lock you up and your whole family gets locked up. But in 1941, Germany decided to make Europe Judenrein, meaning totally empty of Jews. But it was very slow.
Yeah.
They felt that in order to get rid of all the Jews, it would take forever. So in 1942, they had a conference in Germany. And their single item on the agenda, how are we going to get rid of all the Jews of Europe faster? And this very bright group of people, in 90 minutes, came up with a solution. What we're going to do is going to build death camps. And here I am inside the cattle car in the spring of 1944. Now imagine I'm 14 years old. It's a warm night in May of 1944, and I've been in these cattle cars, cooped up there, with no bathroom and no windows and no place to sit. I mean, 100 people inside this box, which is not much larger than this room. I get out. I look around. Guards with submachine guns and dogs, shouting in German, everybody out. Don't take anything with you. Tell you the truth, I was scared. I had no idea what I was. Within a matter of maybe a half hour or so, I was separated from my grandfather and grandmother, my aunt and my 10-year-old cousin. There's a man standing in front there in uniform, holding a riding crop, and just simply saying, links, rechts, right and left, choosing people. 90% one way, 10% the other way. My grandfather, my grandmother, my aunt one way. And they're being marched off to those buildings with the chimneys and the flames. Now you might think that panic broke out, but they had no idea what it was. Now they were told they're going to take a shower. They go into this building, they get undressed, they walk into the bathhouse, and lo and behold, in the ceilings are hundreds of shower heads. And they were given a bar of soap. Promising. This was all a facade. All to make sure that there is no panic. Doors are locked, poison gas pumped in, and they're murdered. I came with 4,000 people that night to Auschwitz. 24 hours later, 300 were still alive. The other 3,700 were ashes. That is what took place in Auschwitz. But when you see individual people or groups of people want to oppress or pick on some other people, it's wrong. Because when you see something which doesn't seem right, even though it doesn't matter too much, beware, because it'll get worse. If you see a place and see laws that are being passed or people behaving a particular way, make sure you recognize it.
Yeah.